climate change is a reality and a challenge to all of us.
Sure, if there's no other problem, we should spend all our money on climate.
Are we addressing climate change in a rational and effective way?
The reality is climate change is a problem, not the end of the world.
Our guest is a professor at Stanford University Hoover Institution and president of Copenhagen Consensus Center that brings together hundreds of world top economists, including 7 Nobel laureates, to use cost-benefit analysis for global priorities.
How do we think about the Green Deal? Now, what are the costs? What are the benefits? We typically only talk about the benefits, but we forget that there's also significant costs. So a lot of people will tell you solar and wind are incredibly cheap, but that's only true when the sun is shining and the wind is blowing. When it's not, they're infinitely costly. So the reality is the real cost of solar and wind is much, much higher.
It is extremely interesting to listen to Professor Lomborg because he is actually telling us what we are doing wrong in climate policies. And we are doing a lot of things completely wrongly because what we are doing is terribly expensive. And when we analyze what we are doing and what the effect of our policies are, we find out that we are spending tremendous amounts of money with no effect. So we have to completely change our method of thinking. First of all, we have to be realistic. We are still relying on fossil energies for a very long time. We should also try to have more nuclear energy, and we have to find maybe from time to time also other forms of energy, but we have to have a realistic approach.
The EU needs to start a new approach to climate change. Remember, climate change is a real problem, but it's not the end of the world. Start fixing climate policy by making sure that it's more effective, that is, it addresses a real problem, but much more efficiently. The way to make climate policy work is to make sure we get much better technology into the future. Focus on investing a lot more in low carbon technology, research and development, so that future generations of this technology will become so cheap.
I have been positively surprised by the extreme high interest in Professor Lomborg's lecture. I think we have seen that since he's here, both in the working groups and today when he made this lecture, and I think it was a tremendous success. I'm very happy about this.